If someone asks which part of your house is most important for you, after thinking for a while, your answer will be definitely the kitchen is the part of your house that is most important for you because you get your food from there that is prepared by mom in the kitchen of the house. And this food is necessary for the whole growth and development of your body. Likewise, plants are also having their own kitchen that are leaves. Leaves are the part of the plant that prepare food for the plant. So dear student, today we are going to discuss about the leaf, its structure, functions and modifications. Good morning. Ready to learn science with me? Let's go. First of all, I want to show you something. That are the tendrils. Yesterday we discussed about this. Sometimes the plants like the pea and grapes modify their stem as tendril so that they can wrap themselves around a support and the weak stem can stand erect for these plants. So spring-like coiled structures are called tendrils. Now let's come to today's topic. Node is the place at the stem from where leaves start arising. Left hand side picture is given in our book at page number 129 and right hand side picture is actually a branch that is plucked by me for you to show you the location of the node and also that the older leaves, older and big leaves are present at the base of the stem while the newer and young leaves at the tip of the stem. Now, what is leaf? A leaf is a very green colored, thin, broad and flat part of the plant. It grows on the shoot at a node. Younger and smaller leaves are found at the upper part of the stem, while the older ones are on the lower part of the stem. Now, we are going to discuss about the structure of the leaf. A typical leaf consists of four main parts: petiole, leaf blade or lamina, midrib, and veins. Let's define all these four parts. First of all, what is a leaf blade or lamina? An expanded flat part of the leaf. Next part is petiole. What is petiole? Petiole is the short structure by which a leaf attaches itself to the stem. Third part is midrib. What is midrib? The petiole continues through the lamina up to the tip of the leaf, and that is known as the midrib. This midrib branches out into fine network called the veins. These veins help in the transportation of the food material. They also provide support to the lamina. Let's try to understand the structure of the leaf once again with the help of the picture pasted there. The short structure by which a leaf attaches itself to the stem is known as petiole. See where I wrote petiole. That whole part is known as petiole. This petiole continues through the broad green part, and that is called the midrib. Then what is leaf blade or lamina? The whole flat green part is known as leaf blade or lamina, and midrib branches out into finer structure that are called the veins. How you will define the leaf? A leaf is a very thin, green colored, flat and broad part of the plant. Now again, I want to explain you with the help of live video. This part, the short structure by which a leaf attaches to the stem, is known as the petiole. And this whole green part is known as the leaf blade or lamina. This flat green part is known as leaf blade or lamina. See how the petiole continues through the lamina up to the tip, that is called the midrib. And midrib branches out into fine structure that are called the veins. So this is all about the structure of the leaf. Now we are going to discuss about what are the functions of the leaf. It prepares food by using carbon dioxide, water and mineral in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight. The whole process of preparing food is known as photosynthesis. Now the second function, as you have already studied during your 5th class, that the surface of the leaves have tiny pores called the stomata. These stomata help in the exchange of gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide, and they also help in the removal of excess water from the plant. See the picture of stomata, which are the tiny pores present on the surface of leaf. These stomata are the tiny opening. Through them there is exchange of gases and evaporation of excess water. Activity 7 is given at page number 130. You are asked to collect leaves of different plants and place these leaves between the newspapers to dry them. After that, you can paste these dry leaves in your scrapbook along with the name of the plant from which a particular leaf belongs. What is leaf venation? That is given in Do You Know at page number 130. The pattern of veins on the leaf is called leaf venation. If this is like a network on both the sides of midrib, the venation is called the reticulate type of venation that is found in peepal leaf. If the leaf has all veins parallel to each other, it is called parallel venation, and that is found in grasses, leaves of grasses. So next time if you are in a park, try to collect the leaves and recognize the pattern of veins so that you can also make the difference between the reticulate and parallel venation. Now we are going to discuss about page number 131. At this page, the all 4 types of modifications of leaves are there. First of all, what is modification of the leaf? The leaves which perform some special function along with their main functions of making food and exchange of gases. Such type of leaves are known as modified leaves. There are 4 major types of leaf modifications. First of all, leaf spine. In some plants like cactus, the leaves get modified into hard and pointed structure that are called the spines. And there are two functions of these spines. I have already told you a story about that. Why God provides spines to the cactus plant instead of normal leaves. Answer is these spines help the plant to protect them from grazing animals. जब ग्रेजिंग एनिमल आते हैं तो ये कांटे की तरह चुभ जाते हैं और वो भाग जाते हैं. एंड सेकेंड इज, यदि नॉर्मल लीव्स होती तो उन पे स्टोमेटा होता और स्टोमेटा कंटिन्यूसली पानी को इवेपोरेट करता रहता, जिससे लॉस ऑफ वाटर ज़्यादा होता. सो टू रिड्यूस दिस लॉस ऑफ वाटर ड्यूरिंग द एक्सेसिव हॉट क्लाइमेट, गॉड modified the leaves of cactus into spines. Let's move towards the next modification, that is leaf pitcher. Means जिसमें पत्ती मटके के जैसी हो जाती है. Pitcher plant is a plant that grows in Amazon forest. What is the speciality of Amazon forest? Continuously rainfall is there. Due to this rainfall, the important mineral present in the soil, that is nitrogen, is washed away, which is required by the plants to make their food for their growth, to make their proteins for their growth. So there is deficiency of nitrogen. Then pitcher plant asks the god, how can I get my nitrogen to make the proteins? Do you know how God transformed its normal leaves into pitcher like structures so that they can trap the insects which are rich in nitrogen? In this way, by catching these insects, this plant fulfill its need of nitrogen. I'm just going to read the text for you. Plants like the pitcher plant and the sundew plant possesses highly modified leaves that trap and digest insect. This process provides the plant with nutrients that the plant would not obtain otherwise. Such plants are called insectivorous plant because they used to eat insects. Now, the third modification, leaf tendril. In some plants, leaves are modified into structures which are highly coiled. They help the plant to climb. Gloriosa is the example. पी को हम कट करेंगे बिकॉज पी में स्टेम मॉडिफाई होता है टेंड्रिल में, यहाँ पे लीफ मॉडिफाई होती है टेंड्रिल में. एंड सच लीव्स आर नोन एज लीफ टेंड्रिल्स. नेक्स्ट मॉडिफिकेशन ऑफ लीफ is leaf modified as reproductive organ. In some plants like Bryophyllum, leaves have buds that can produce new plants. You can see the picture, dear student. At the edges of leaves there are some buds. These buds grow into the plantlets, and after some time these plantlets fall in the soil and behaves like an independent plant of Bryophyllum. This is all about the modifications of the leaves. Now, as and when if you are breaking the leaves of a plant, you are destroying someone's kitchen. Do take good care of plants like a friends, dear students. Have a good day.